Good morning. It is June 7th, 2022. No one's seen me with glasses before. These are readers right now. I need to go to eye doctor because I am losing my eyesight. Especially being able to read, it sucks. So I had to look for some readers, so I didn't know how I wanted to do this video, if I wanted to cram everything in all at once or not, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do this separate, and I feel that this is more important to share with you. This is about my withdrawal and detox. I am day 15 out of the Methadone clinic, and I want to say this. For me, I had stopped all other drugs 2 years ago. So my withdrawal may be different than some in the past. This is my third time that I was at a methadone clinic, and first 2 times I was still using. So, and those withdrawals were very, very difficult. And I really believe when you're withdrawing, your mind, like the mind over matter thing, is very important. So the other video I'm going to do is what to expect. I think I talked about some of this. I know I did methadone videos, but I didn't really go in too much detail. Wrote it down this time, but I'm going to do the other video, what to expect at a methadone clinic, and the pros and cons list. For me, the cons were more. So let me tell you why I decided to do this. It's time. I'm 44 years old. I'm done being desensitized with things. My emotions are fucked up right now. Excuse my language. Please do not strike me. I don't make money from this. I'm just being very candid. So if I swear, oh well. I'm worrying about myself, not about you. So, well, no, I do worry about you, but you know. So anyways, this is what I have everything written down for my withdrawal, detox, and physical and mental withdrawal and detox. So, and I may say things that people might get, why is she saying that, and blah, 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 this and that. When you go to, first off, okay, most people think you can get methadone for free. No, you cannot get free. At first, the first couple of years, it was $90, and then due to inflation, they raised it an extra $10. So, by the time I got out of there, $100 a week. So that's way cheaper than all the other drugs. My intention this time with this clinic was to be able to get to sobriety without being on a medication assisted treatment and continuously using other drugs. So you don't just go to the methadone clinic and get it. You are admitted in there. You're given a therapist. You have to see the therapist either once a week or it'll drop down every 2 weeks. That's how it is at my clinic. And then every 60 days is a review with the doctor. So you can just go over everything. They're checking on how you are. If you need to increase your dose, they want to make sure if you're stable at your dose. I was at 100 milligrams, which it's a little much, but at my other clinics, I was on a lot more, but I was also using other drugs along with it. If you're continuing to use other drugs along with it, continuing heroin, opiates, it's not going to work that well for you. At least for me, that's my experience. And then if you do cocaine with it, it can completely knock the methadone out of your system. So my purpose was to get where I am becoming into. I'm going from recovery into sobriety. So I forgot where I was, so forgive me. So let me get on with this. My end date was, and yes, I know my teeth are fucked up. That's what happens. So that's what happens with drugs. I have a appointment. I'm going to go get dental implants. I'm going to make an appointment so I can get dental implants because this shit's fucking embarrassing. You can have a pretty face and then you open up your mouth and it's yuck. I look like a troll. So, for you trolls. So anyways, God, it's hot in here. I'm going through an early menopause too, so I'm having fucking hot flashes. I got this damn light on over here. I shut my air unit off because I going through like different body hot, sweats, cold. And so my end date, December 2018. My out date, May 24th, 2022. So, as I'm recording this, and it's June 7th on a Tuesday, it's been 15 days. So, my dose, I was stabled at 100, and 2 weeks before I left the clinic, I decided I got to get out of here. This is literally, I seen this expression, liquid handcuffs. You can't go on vacation. You can't go anywhere. You can't have a life on this stuff. You can have a life on this stuff, but you can't have a life on this stuff. And depending, my clinic was only open from like 5 o'clock, but not like 5 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. So if you have a job, you can't have a job if you're going there, if you're working at a certain time, you know? So the 2 weeks before I left, on every Fridays, I had one of my 60-day review with the doctor, and I said, I'm ready to get out of here. So, and she asked me, which is like, why aren't you telling me what I should go down to? She should be telling me what I should be tapering down to. So I threw it out in there. I go, well, let's every Friday, 2 milligrams a week. This is me telling the doctor. You tell me. That's one thing that's very frustrating about these clinics. You're supposed to have therapy. They don't give you the tools. I mean, I already know this shit. I'm 45 years old. I've been on hard drugs since I was 28 years old. And doing this methadone clinic and all this other bullshit, you become knowledgeable. I'm not completely knowledgeable, but you become knowledgeable. And these clinics are really shitty. So, okay, if you're going there to just dose so you're not sick, then you're probably fine. Because that's how most people are. They get pissed off if they have to do the therapy. So, why? So, okay, so when I left, I earned, because of stopping the drugs, because occasionally I was still using, and it's hard to get out of that routine, especially on Fridays. So, but I stopped 2 years ago, I think, right before COVID. I don't know, right before COVID, I lost track of time with that. So you have to have 90 days clean to get your first take home. As it is every single client, we get Sunday take homes, but I earned my first 90-day take home because you are randomly dropped, and they can randomly drop you every fucking day if they want. So That's why it's very important, if you're going there with intention to get off of everything one day, it's very important not to do anything else. So, so I got, then I got 2 take homes. I would go in every day. On Fridays, they would give me my Friday dose. Then Saturday and Sunday, I got take home. So then it was like, I can go places now. Whoop, whoop. You know, so then it doesn't become liquid handcuffs. I actually earned another take home. So there is a reward process there. It takes hard work, trust me, I know. It's very hard. But if you're still using my drug of choice, heroin, that methadone is not going to work for you. That's why it's very important to stop. If you have the intentions of quitting drugs, for you to become stable there. Because continuing using heroin with it, even if it's once a week, that methadone may not work as well for you, and you're gonna feel dope sick. I went through a bender. I was there for a year. I did something stupid one night. I started drinking, and then I got some dope, and I went through a week of using again, and my 100 milligrams wasn't working anymore. I was so sick. I was sick, but I stopped, and so that was the last time, and that was a couple years ago. It was around the holidays. So, anyways, I earned another take home. I had 3 take homes: my Sunday dose, Saturday dose, and then on Wednesdays. So I would go in on Mondays and Tuesdays. They would give me on Tuesday my Wednesday take home. I would go back on Thursday, go back Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, I would get my take homes. And then the Monday and Tuesday, of course, you dose. And you dose every day. So what pushed me to, let's just sum it up. Certain people are shown favoritism there. I was one of the people that was shown favoritism. That's not always a good thing, because when you're showed favoritism, you have to bow down and zip, even when they're wrong. I know when I can admit to when I'm wrong. And I had to see the counselor. I shouldn't have had to see the counselor. I had already seen my counselor, and they made me see her again. So I was a little bit angry about that. Never have I complained before. But when you're wanting me to keep coming back every fucking week, and I'm at take home, but it was 2 weeks, make up your fucking mind. Tell us. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just fuming mad. Well, first, before I went in, whatever, I was arguing with that one, and she was like, after all I've done for you? I go, excuse me, you will not disrespect me. So anyways, I went back, and it was on a Tuesday, so I got a take-home dose. So I went back to the counselor, my therapist, and I blew up. It was wrong for me to blow up, but the shit that you go through at these places, you know, some of you will know what I'm talking about. So we're arguing, and then my husband was there. This is not about him, okay? But he was there. And when I left, I started talking to him, and didn't like what I was saying. So she ran out of me, started running out of the building with me, with other clients coming through. And she goes, "Your take homes are gone." I saw red. I got out of the clinic and I couldn't see anything. And I go, "Motherfucker, F this. I'm done. The pure anger. I could have killed somebody. I won't kill somebody because I know it's wrong. I would stop myself. But I'm just saying that's the anger. So that's what pushed me. I told my husband, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. The amount of after being there for a couple of years, I was there from 2019, 20, 21, 22, so about 4 years, almost 5 years or whatever. Almost 4 years, let's just say. So, to December 2018 to May 24th, 2022. So my plan was already, because I was going down, I was planning on getting out of there. She didn't want me to get out of there. She's like, whatever. It's like, whatever. So, yeah. So my anger, and I think that has helped me from being fed up, from being completely done. And this time was different at the clinic. I'm leaving the clinic. I'm not on anything else. So, but I think a big thing, like I just said, was the anger that I have and just being completely fed up. This is bullshit. So I'm not a child. You're not going to treat me like a child. Yes, I came to you for help. But so that, I'm sorry this is taking so long. So I had knowing that I was being firm and not going there, I go through this process knowing the potential that's going to hit me, the bile, the restless leg syndrome, the pains, the hot sweats, the mental, the emotions, just it's fucked up. You do this to yourself, it's fucked up. So, and possibly you can die from it. So the thing with methadone is it's meant to last in your system for a long time. So you can actually leave the methadone clinic, feel great, and through your first week without the methadone, and when you hit week 2, it's happened before to me, but then again, I was on other substances in the past, but it could have happened this time. I mean, it's very mild, but at week 2 in the past, I hit the floor. When I came out, when it just was all out of my system. That second week, the first week, not having any methadone, you're fine. That second week, it's like, and then you go back to using it. Or some people don't. Some people are mentally stronger, some aren't. You have to mentally, I don't mean to make that as an offensive thing, but you really have to be mentally prepared for this. And if it takes an anger at your fucking clinic, God bless. I am grateful. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Yes, right now I am still going through changes. It doesn't help. Right before this happened, we came down with COVID and we had it for like a month. That, I'm going through early menopause and this withdrawal, detoxing. And so, yeah, the worst it's been is the fucking mental. So I did a faster self-taper. The first 3 days, I didn't take any of my dose. And then in the evening on day 3, I started feeling crappy. Like I was scared. And plus I was scared. I'm like, you're gonna throw up bile. I started, because a lot of times, depending on who you are, like how I am, sometimes you might not have a fast withdrawal. Sometimes you might. Then there's post-acute withdrawal syndrome. But so I would take tiny little sips. I tried to just like dip my tongue in it. So I had 96 milligrams, but then I kept just trying to do it. But actually, I don't know what happened. It didn't help me feel any better. That was within the first week of me being gone, from Tuesday to the last Wednesday. I ended up was drinking water. I thought, okay, well, after the first weekend and it was no longer there, I thought, oh, maybe there's residue and I could put some water in and shake. But yeah, it was water. And then just, so yeah, so I did a super fast taper. Okay, so the worst for me, I've had very minor physical. Like I said, I think that plays a lot into the anger I was feeling. And plus, I wasn't on any other drugs. Like a lot of people take other drugs still, like I used to, along with the methadone. But I researched a healthy regimen. I have products here that I can show you. I'm not a doctor, so check with the doctor. Try not to do this alone. But so you can have somebody to talk to. But as far as physically wise, I researched and I found some things that have worked. Like, to me, it's like a miracle. I'm like, well, after a while, you always prepare yourself if you're going to be sick. Like if you run out of money for dope or something. I never really ran out of money for dope. The past, whatever. But in the past, I have. So you always try to research what can help you through the withdrawals. So I'm sorry I may be all over the place. So I have had medium body aches, the night sweats. I'm dying right now. It's during the day. So, but I have a stupid light on over there that could explain it too. Make sure you stay cool and stuff. Cold air does actually help. Actually, the cold helps my bones too. So, anyways, before we get to that, so I had, when I was on the methadone, I'll explain that in my other video. All I did was drink Pepsi. I lost my appetite. It's like I gained a ton of weight because there's a ton of sugar in the fucking methadone. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, constipation. I've been eating a ton. When I say diet, I'm not meaning as dieting. Let's be traditional. My diet that I eat, that I consume, that's what they used to call it. And if you say diet now, people flip out. So, let's get to my physical withdrawals. Physical and mental withdrawals. So there's constipation. This is what I've had. Constipation, night sweats, medium body aches, and low energy. And then just it's like I left this comment on another video. Woodward TV, just it's like at the perfect time when I'm going through. Did this video about dopamine, Woodward TV. I left a comment on there, told them a little bit what I was going through, and I felt that was very perfect. So, yeah, it's a constant roller coaster of emotions, and like this morning, I'm still getting up at my normal 2-3 o'clock in the morning because that's what I'm programmed to do of being a user. That's the time that I used to get up to go get my dope. So, but I don't mind getting up in the mornings. So I go to bed real early, which is nice though, because now I'm kind of sleeping. Before, I was always sleeping, and that shit threw me into a sleep disorder. But that's for another time. So, anyways, this constant roller coaster of emotions. And then it's like, so what the one comment that in my comment I had left on his channel, it is like I am having a life review. You know how they say when you die, like especially NDE patients, near-death experiencers, that you have this life review. This is what it's like for me. This is the best way that I can explain it. That's what I'm going through, and it's more trauma than good. And it's like my earliest memory is from 3-4 years old to 45. Am I 44, 45? I don't know. I was born in 78, so from that to that. And from using the chemicals, you become so desensitized. Your brain becomes blocked. So I'm going to tell you my remedies. First, I want to say, if you can have a support system, you can. My husband is the type that he doesn't like to talk too much. But I do have my mom. I do have my mother. I know it's normal for this. I do plan on trying to find somebody with holistic therapy without prescribing you medication, because that desensitizes you too. It's normal to feel emotion, and this is normal right now. And this trauma is from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock this morning. It was so bad. It was everything. Everything is that. And it's like, and there's some things that are popping up that I have blocked out. And it's like I told my husband, he does listen sometimes, and he does give good advice, but then other times it's like, I know I am like a lot of men are. A-holes. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to call my husband an a-hole. But, I mean, if it was up to him, no talk. But a lot of times, he was okay this morning. So, sometimes he's okay. So, he's had stress too. He's had his fair share of stress. But, yeah. So, anyways, the flood of... literally, it's like what you see on the movies with the flashes. The people get the flashes. But it was, what I just saw was more trauma. There's more trauma than there is. That's some other time. So my remedies, a good support system, if you can. If you can't, get some headphones, a music playlist, my withdrawal songs, or even when I was going through changes, Ozzy's original song, Ozzy Osbourne's or Black Sabbath's original song, but it's Eminem's version. Ozzy has a chorus in the beginning, and then it's Eminem's version. I like Ozzy's version, but I'm more familiar with Eminem's version because the words that he says in the Going Through Change is about addiction and withdrawal and all the bullshit that comes with it, and overdosing is like so accurate to how I feel it affects me. And then, so that's, and I have another song. I've always been picky with music, but so anyways, don't start now by Dua Lipa. I was listening to those words, and that's my sobriety song. So yeah, I have a long way to go and work to keep on sober, because that's what's going to be hard. But I think because this time I was so furious, and I don't want to be here ever again. So yeah, I haven't had any cravings, so that's great. I think a big part of that, like I said, was being ready and not using anything else. So, I have a great music playlist. If I don't know if I want to share it or whatever. It's just like, I like a lot of types of different music, but recently I found I started listening to Harry Styles, his music. It's just, and going through different emotions. And I'm the type of person, the words come first and then the beat. So the words just, wow. So that second is, wow, meditation, binaural beats, ionic tones. There's something in meditation music or just listening to binaural beats, just listening to the beats without the music, the different frequencies, the different hertz, just the HZ, like the God frequency 937 HZ. There's stuff in this music that has very healing properties. I found one that said natural opiate and endorphin release. So I listen to these. They have ones for when you wake up. They have ones for backaches, restless. Like, they have meditation or binaural beats or one of the two in the same, if they combine them, for literally everything. And the brain is so powerful. And you can really start to heal and become healed from these. And it's helped me. It helps so much. So I listen to in the morning. I listen to different ones per day or night activity. So I listen to a morning meditation. I listen to, it's not evil, okay? I was always thought that it would be evil against God or whatever. If you don't have spiritual beliefs, I'm fine with that. I'm friends with people of all faith and non-faith beliefs. So I'm just explaining myself. This is about me. So I didn't mean to say it's conceited or anything. So I have I listen to one for the morning. I listen to one for like the afternoon time if I'm starting to feel a little more achy. And then for bedtime. Like, yeah, they're great. There's warnings on them too, because they're so powerful that they call opening the third eye. They do have special, and you can see things and stuff. If that's what you believe. I believe in all of that. I believe our soul is our conscience. Our soul and the conscience are the same thing. So when we die, we go somewhere else. Hopefully. I have a little doubt sometimes, but my faith takes over that. So anyways, sorry. What I did was I tried, which I should not have. I really should not have, because I think I made that flood of emotions a lot worse. The other meditation music, fine. But I purposely sought one out for opening your third eye for more clarity. And that is what is happening besides withdrawing and detoxing and getting all my senses back. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. What's not wonderful is the emotions. You forget how that you're supposed to feel things, you know? I think I have been through so much for one day to teach and help others. That's far in ahead. So now for like the regimens that I took, let me just go in order to what I wrote down. So the low energy can just feel like you're sinking to the ground. You can't move or anything. I want to stress it's very important to get up and start moving because you'll freak out more. At least, I mean, I don't know. But so anyways, for energy, and I found a brand that's for women by women. I'm sure there's men by men, or you don't have to do that. You can just do a non like female male. You can just do like Nature's Blend or Centrum or something. I don't know. I'm not suggesting this, okay? Just telling you these are the things that I took. Talk to your doctor. Make sure, don't do this on your own, even though I have to tell you this because you can die. But it's always good to check with a doctor, even though most of us don't. So there's this pink brand, and this is the B12. And it says get up and go. And it has B12 plus L-carnitine. I'm sorry. These are 50, it comes with 50 fast dissolvable tabs. What B12 is, they're just, I don't want to take one out, but it's just a tiny, tiny little tab. It has a good taste. It's like a berry flavor. It's like a berry lemon flavor. It dissolves. It says dissolve fast. It does not dissolve fast. To me, dissolve fast and you pop it in your mouth and a minute later it's gone. But so this is what I use for energy. Great. Dramamine motion sickness pills. Now, I've always had an issue with nausea, and for years and years, I recently discovered motion sickness pills. They do have off-brands. I've always had an issue with nausea. It sucks, but this past year, I was reading a comment on a video, and the person was always saying how nauseous they had always been. Somebody left a comment. Well, there's Dramamine out there, and so I researched, and all these years I could have taken motion sickness pills, but yeah. So this is for the nausea, and they seem to help with me at least. They seem to help with like the hot sweaty feeling. I had to take a couple. I'm not nauseous, but I'm like dying. I was dying before that blasted light. That light's the devil. It's good, but it's the devil. Okay. So, for the anxiety. Okay. I have been on anti-anxiety pills on and off my entire life. Well, it's been years since I've been on them. But so okay, I'm not going to lie. The first of this, I was going through so much anxiety that I had a couple stash. I always had a couple stash, but I had 2 stashed from a long time ago, and they were 0.5s, so I took half. But I'm like, I don't want these because they make you have this. I mean, they can help, but I don't recommend them. Okay, I was prescribed them, but I don't recommend the benzodiazepines because you can become severely addicted to those. I've never been addicted to those. If you take something that you're not supposed to, you're gonna like get high. I was supposed to take those, so I didn't have an issue with those. So anyways, I wanted to find something that, but I was still scared. I'm like, well, like, regardless if I got high from them or not in the past, what if I pick up, what if I get addicted to that now? But no, I do have to say, when I was on them for years and when I was taken off of them, it took me an additional 2 years to get over pill withdrawal from I used to get the Klonopins from my psychiatrist. So I'm sorry. So I found these pink brand, and it says stress less GABA L-theanine gummies, and it's the same flavor as the B12. I am not kidding. These, without the hunger, they're gummies. You take 2. I take 2 a day. It actually really did work, like as if I took an anti-anxiety pill such as Xanax or Klonopin. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. But it doesn't block things like antipsychotic pills do. Anti-anxiety pills do. Those block things. This is not blocking like any emotions or anything. So, for sleep, I haven't taken any of it yet, but I made sure to grab my Sleepy Time Celestial Seasonings Herbal Tea. This is always great. Always great. There were 2 nights that I took some cough syrup, and it has alcohol in it. That wasn't such a good idea because it kind of made me feel worse, and I think because it has the alcohol in it. I don't know, and plus I didn't get a sound sleep with it. And what I want to say real quick, if you have an at-home remedy, medications or whatever, you want to make sure you take the lowest dose possible, because if you take more, say you're taking a handful of Xanax or something, thinking it's going to help you feel better, no, it can really make you feel worse. At least for me. This is my experience. But so, what I do take for sleep, if I have to, melatonin, and these are gummies. They do I prefer the gummies. They do have in tablet form or capsule form. That's what I know as far as what I bought in the past, capsule tablet form, but I actually like these. But I'm trying not to take like sleep aids, even though they're natural, only if I have to. But the meditation music for the ones for sleep really help. They do. As long as you don't do the third eye one, because then you wake up and it's like, oh, flood of emotions and memories. It's a movie in your head constantly of bad shit. Excuse my language. So that naproxen sodium for the aches and pains. And I have found naproxen sodium. I transitioned from Tylenols and other crap a few years ago because I found, I've found naproxen sodium for pains, and even my migraines and stuff helped me. Ginger lemon teas to help relax. The green tea, I saw that green tea can help. But you can also develop kidney stones if you drink too much green tea. And I do like tea along with coffee. So, and right now I need the tea. The tea just helps. When you get that warmth, it helps. I have Maruchan instant lunch soups. Well, I'll explain more about that. But the broth in that helps your bones. And then drinking plenty of water. I've never drank so much freaking water in my life, and I was missing out. It helps with the body aches. So not only I get Meyer spring water, this tastes great. It's crisp and clear. The not purified water here is disgusting. You can taste it. And plus, I've been experimenting with different brands before I left the clinic. And like, there's certain brands like that Smart Water, to me, I can taste chemicals in it. These other brands, I can taste chemicals in it. It's disgusting. My husband thought I was loony about it. He doesn't believe me. Well, that's what you say. And I said, well, you take an effing drink of it. And he tasted the same thing. So, but I have found that my Myers natural spring water, this is very good. So drinking plenty of water and showering helps. Eating properly, no shit food. The first few days, our McDonald's, the dining room finally opened back up. And my husband got us a Big Mac and a cheeseburger. I'm sitting there eating it, and I'm like, after I got finished, I was in severe pain. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then after that, I didn't research too much about food. I already know somewhat about foods that can help with anti-inflammatory. I don't know all. But for someone like me that does like bread and potatoes, I have to eliminate those from my diet. The day after my Big Mac, I had a piece of bread. Instant severe joint pain. I wanted to die. And then the day after that, I was craving some potatoes. So I had a bag of these frozen red skin bird's eye potato with onions. I put them in the oven, and then I topped it with a little bit of cheese and just a little bacon crumbles. Got 2 bites out of it, almost hit the floor in severe pain. So that's what caused me to look up and more anti-inflammatory foods. And I did find rye bread and millet bread is good. You can possibly eat that and it not hurt you. But so what we went to the grocery store. So that's another good thing. I'm not a recluse anymore. For the past 4 years, I've been a recluse in here, with the exception of going to the damn clinic. But yeah, so the eating properly, what I mean by that is you can still make healthy fast food. It's not, just do your research or whatever. Maybe in the future I can talk about that more or something. But like, what I'm eating is shrimp, chicken, salmon, Brussels sprouts, carrots, leafy green vegetables, banana, berries, nuts, the soups. In the mornings, I have like one instant grit packet. It's nice. I'm starting to cook again and stuff. Yesterday, I started picking up in here, but so anyways, soups. So dark chocolate, dark chocolate, because the one thing you start craving is chocolate. I do, at least. So I didn't want to get like too much like chocolate bars or Hershey Kisses or whatever, or Godivas or whatever, my other truffles and stuff like that, my fancy schmancy dark chocolates. But I got this Hershey syrup dark chocolate, so I'll put a couple drops in my coffee. So keeping cool is very important. Keep changing your clothes because you're going to have these night sweats. If possible, change your beddings. Like I said, not overly medicating on stuff like this, or if you choose to take cough syrups or benzodiazepines. And then, yeah, getting ready, exercise, and then I've been shopping a couple times. I needed a bunch of new clothes because I had I'll talk about that some other time. I'm losing weight. It just so, and then I'm happy I have a relationship with food again, because I lost my appetite on that. I wasn't hungry, and all I drank was Pepsi, literally. And then, like, my husband, he would cook for me and stuff, and I couldn't eat the food. I don't know what happened, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to eating. And it's wonderful. So I have to have, like, the diet I like is the Mediterranean diet in the traditional sense, not as in dieting. I am not dieting. What I eat is my diet. What you eat is your diet, regardless if it's a Big Mac, fries, or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, it's been nice. My cooking is slowly coming back. So, and I think I'm going to attempt a big dinner for the first time in years for my husband today. But yeah, so I eat, this is the food I've always liked before, but I always had tons of breads, croissants, super sugary, like not super sugary. I've always tried to be careful on the sugars, but like as far as sodas, like I've always, last week when I went clothes shopping, I ended up buying a cherry Coke at the store, and it just, I don't know. I've had a 2-liter in there since I left the clinic. I haven't touched, but yeah. So, okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I know this is a super long video, but, oh wait, rewarding. Smoothie King makes excellent banana. What I get is called the banana boat. I think it. Anyways, it's banana, strawberry, and nuts smoothie. So that's my reward besides the little bit of shopping. So, okay, good people of the world, I am going to go If I don't put too much in the description box, I'm being lazy. So I'm sorry. But stay safe out there. Do what you feel is right for you. Wait. I have just a couple of more things I want to say. Don't do this on your own if you don't have to. You could die. The brain is very powerful. You have to be at your wits' end and fed up to just be completely done. Knowing I will die if I choose to ever use heroin ever again. I'm like a cat. I'm like more than a cat. I should not be here. I should not be here. I've literally have from 28 to 2 years ago, I must have overdosed like 100 times. Once was when I went to the hospital and I went to jail for self-use. And then just luckily I had people around me that had quick thinking and stuff, and I came out of those. So, but it does get better. It really does get better, the withdrawal and detox. Methadone is an opiate. Let me say this real quick. I did block the idiot because in one of my previous methadone videos, this was like a couple months ago, somebody had left a comment. She's not off anything. Look at her eyes are pinned. Well, jackass, before you flap your mouth open, certain lights can make your eyes, your pupils pinned, certain foods. And knowing that methadone is an opiate, that's why my eyes were pinned. Fucking people, man. But the methadone is an opiate, but it is so powerful that it's meant to maintain you even going a couple of days without. That's why there's usually delayed withdrawal. If you aren't using other substances at the methadone clinic, you will become stable at your dose there. And it took me a long time to stop other substances. And what was a long time was 2 years. I will talk about that in another video. So have a wonderful day. I hope everyone is well. So yeah. Positive energy.